cool. Even, God had amazing plans for her prior to her birth. And so I just really think you guys, you're going to love hearing from Heidi Goelzer tonight. She is the firstborn of six in South Dakota. Wow, that's a lot of siblings. Way to go, Heidi. That's pretty cool. Heidi learned early in life the value of reliance on God. Super important, you guys, in all of our lives. Hard work, diligence, and integrity. Relying on God, hard work, diligence, and integrity. She learned early, and those are important things. She married her high school sweetheart, Christopher. They now have four children and two grandchildren. When you see her, you're going to be like, what? She couldn't have grandkids. Heidi has two grandkids. I'd love to see those grandkids, Heidi. Heidi left her teaching career to raise her children, and in 1997, she signed her beauty consultant agreement with Mary Kay. Just a little more than a year later, she moved into leadership as an independent sales director, so she tripled her income, which is super cool. And in 2012, she debuted as a national sales director and debuted the Grit with Grace national area. And super cool to see that happen, Heidi. Heidi and Christopher have experienced the Colosseum in Rome. We have loved every minute of that. Climbed the Great Wall of China, danced the tango in Argentina. Yes, we did. That was so fun. We had tango lessons with our men in Argentina. It was super cool. She's marveled at the Eiffel Tower in Paris, all free luxury trips that Mary Kay has sent her and sent Christopher on. And really, we are so grateful to be traveling the world with our girlfriends like that. She has traveled the world, earned more than a quarter, you guys get this, more than $250,000 per year, and driven pink Cadillacs. I don't even know how many, a ton of pink Cadillacs, but I love that this says, but let me tell you who she really is, because this is the most important part. Yes, she's made millions in Mary Kay. Yes, she's earned tons of pink Cadillacs and traveled the world. And we're so grateful for every bit of that. But who Heidi is really is a purpose driven yet compassionate person. She is focused. She is yet attentive. She is generous yet frugal. I love that. She is fiercely loyal, hilariously funny. Yes, she is, and unwaveringly true. And I do love that, honey. You know where you stand with Heidi, and that's a pretty cool thing. You can trust her with your dreams, and you can trust her with your heart. That is definitely who she is. She is a woman on a mission to double her impact on this world by doubling the number of leaders in her national area. She is on a mission to eliminate, I love this, get this, she's on a mission to eliminate debt, raise awareness of the need around us, and offer solutions instead of more issues. Thank you, Jesus. That is perfect. She is a visionary. She is a light in a dark place. Please join me in welcoming the beautiful, our friend, incredible woman of God, the beautiful National Sales Director, Heidi Goelzer. Thank you for being here tonight, Heidi.
Thanks for having me, Cheryl. I'm so excited to be hanging out with everyone tonight. And yeah, my friend, some of you know her, National Sales Director Emeritus Kendra Cross, wrote that introduction for me.
Okay.
And so,
This is perfect.
It's a dear friend who knows me, and she just, isn't that beautiful, you guys, that someone would write something like that about you? I mean, it's just overwhelmingly beautiful. But I'm so excited to hang out with you tonight, and thank you for being women of your word and showing up for your consultant. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit of my story and hopefully give you some hope. Because you know what, you come on and you hear about all these pink Cadillacs and cars, and you see fancy people with pretty hair and pretty clothes on, and they know how to do their makeup and everything. Well, I want to tell you something. I did not start out like that, and neither did most of the people that you're seeing on the screen. Okay, Mary Kay would say that this business is full of ordinary women with extraordinary determination. So if you feel like you're an ordinary person but you've got a giant within you, just listen, because maybe you'll get inspired tonight. And so, as Cheryl told you, I started my business in 1997. I was young one time. Who can get excited about that? We were all young. I know it's hard for young people to imagine that, but it's true. Okay. And so, you guys, I was a teacher. I was a working mom, raising a little baby to a toddler while my husband was going to school full time to be a pastor. And we were living in Wisconsin. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Wisconsin. Anybody around here ever been to Wisconsin? Oh, a couple of you. It's like -7 degrees there right now or something. Seriously. I live in Florida now. Thank you, Jesus. It was 88 today. 88. What is that? I know. I'm sorry to those of you. I know it was crazy. And so anyway, so we moved from Wisconsin to Louisiana, where my husband got his first church. Anyone been to Louisiana? Oh, a couple of you. Okay. Wisconsin, Louisiana, very different. Very different. All right. So I was this 27-year-old moving across the country, pregnant with baby number 2, and I had a 2.5-year-old. And so my husband and I needed to make a decision. All right. Was I going to go to teaching in Louisiana full time and put 2 children in daycare because we didn't have family to help us out? Or was I going to become a stay-at-home mom and we were going to live on love? Well, we did the math and we decided that, you know what, I'm going to stay home. And you guys, I was excited. I was excited. I was 27 years old and I was tired. Can any of my young working moms out there give me an amen? Anyone feel that way? You're young and you're tired. Okay, yeah. As you heard, I was the oldest of 6 kids. I grew up in South Dakota. Feel sorry for me. I had to deliver papers when there's like 6 million feet of snow. It was horrible. But if you wanted any money, you had to work, right? I worked at McDonald's. I carried groceries in the heat of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I got the cush job of being a lifeguard, twirling my whistle, hoping nobody got in trouble. All right. Got paid for it. It was awesome. And then I became a teacher and I loved what I did, but I was asking myself the question, is this it? Right? Even though I loved teaching, Wednesday was still hump day and Friday was still, thank God it's Friday. Can anybody relate to that? Right? I still was living for the weekend, even though I loved my job. So anyway, I became a stay-at-home mom and I was excited, but I didn't really realize that stay-at-home moms are supposed to do something. Did y'all know that? Did you know that stay-at-home moms like work? Like I didn't really think that through. Like they cook, they clean, they decorate, they do things, they take care of children. Hello. Guys, to be honest with you, I don't like to do any of that stuff. I don't like to cook. I don't like to clean. I can't decorate. And really, to be honest with you, I have 4 kids and I don't really like taking care of them very much. So thank God they have a good dad. Okay. So you know what? I did what was logical. I stopped showering. I stopped showering. If any of you have been home for more than a week with a newborn, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody know what I'm talking about, right? You're just going to get puked or pooped on anyway. What's the point? It was simply a waste of time. That was my thought process. Now, I did shower on Sundays because my husband is a pastor, so you needed to clean up for church. And when I did shower, my beauty routine was I washed my face with Zest and I wore blue mascara. Am I giving anybody hope? Anybody? Okay. Not a makeup girl. And at the end of the month, we were making so much money that we were eating hamburger helper without the hamburger. All right, so are you getting a vision of my life? No showering, no money, not very happy. And I was praying for something. Has anyone here ever been praying for something? Like you're praying, just Lord, something. But let's be clear, it was not Mary Kay. I never in a million years would have prayed for Mary Kay because I thought Mary Kay ladies had big hair, wore too much makeup, and had nothing better to do with their lives. That was my image of a Mary Kay lady. Okay, you don't have to raise your hand if you thought that too. All right, I won't ask you to raise your hand. But then God had a plan. I went to a wedding in South Carolina. And at this wedding, I met a woman with 4 children under the age of 5, and she was pregnant with baby number 5. And you know how when you're like in a bad place in your life, you don't want to talk to happy people? Can anyone relate to that? You want to commiserate. Happy people make you mad. So I literally thought to myself, she has a million children. She cannot be happy. I'm going to go sit by her. That was my thought process. And so I went and sat by her and I asked her what she was doing with her life, thinking she'd say laundry, right? And she got all excited, annoyingly excited, and said, I just earned my first free car with Mary Kay. And I looked at her and I said, shut up, shut up. Like people really do that? First of all, she didn't have big hair. Secondly, she didn't wear a lot of makeup. Thirdly, she was educated. And fourthly, she had a million children and she had just earned a car with Mary Kay. She blew every stereotype that I had out of my head. And so I listened. Not because I wanted to do Mary Kay, but because she was just a curiosity to me, right? And she told me that you make 50% of whatever you sell. We still do 23 years later. She told me that it costs $100 to start a Mary Kay business. You guys, it's ridiculous that almost 24 years later, we can start a business for $30, less than I could start it for 23 and a half years ago, however long I've been in Mary Kay. She said there are no territories, which was exciting, right? Because I just moved. And I've actually moved 4 times since I started Mary Kay. No territories. She said there were no quotas. You only have to place one order once a year to be a consultant. She also said something that struck my heart. The priorities of Mary Kay are God first, family second, career third. Now, you guys, I didn't love makeup, but I loved the opportunity that she was laying out for me. And let's be clear, even though she earned a free car, I didn't believe that I could, right? You guys, when you don't shower and you wash your face with zest, you have lost your self confidence. So I did not think that I could do that by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe, just maybe, I could earn a couple $100 a month, just maybe, to make ends meet, to put hamburger back in the hamburger helper, no big dreams or aspirations. But you guys, I still didn't say yes. I didn't. I was too scared. I gave her all the excuses I could think of. I don't have $100. I don't have $100. And you know what she said? She asked me, you guys. She asked me a very poignant question. She said, "Do you always want to be in a place where you don't have $100 if you need it or if you want it?" She didn't figure out how I got that $100. She asked me to consider my future and whether I liked being where I was. Then I told her, "I don't know anybody. I just moved. I don't know anybody." She asked the question, "Do you know 3 people with skin?" With skin. That's all they have to have. That's the only criteria, guys. Okay, they have to have skin. Do you know 3 people with skin? Okay, I did. I knew 3 people with skin. But then she asked me another question. "Are you trainable?" Well, you feel pretty stupid if you answer no to that question. So I said, "Yes, I'm trainable." She goes, "If you know 3 people with skin and you're trainable, I can teach you how to work this business." I then said, "I'm too busy." We all knew that was a lie because I was not showering and not doing anything with my life. So that was a lie. But that's what we as women say when we don't want to do something. I'm too busy. But you guys, the real problem was I was scared. Anyone been scared to start something new? I was scared. What if I fail? No one likes to fail, right? What if people make fun of me like I made fun of other people? I have a college degree. What will they think? What if nobody buys from me? I was thinking all of those things far into the future. And does anybody hate it when their significant other is logical and you want to be emotional? Anyone else hate that besides me? Anyone? As you can tell, I'm a pretty high energy person. I'm pretty emotional either way. I'm laughing or crying every day. Let's be clear, every day, laugh and cry. That's a great day for me. My husband, very even keel. And he looked at the information. Imagine that, looking at the information. And he said, "Heidi, as far as I can tell, even if you don't sell a dime, like even if you're really bad at this, you, your mom, and your sisters can look twice as good at half the price." You guys, that's it. It's not a monumental decision. If you're not good, you can still get your products at half price from Mary Kay. I think he was tired of the Zest and Blue mascara. Okay. So I tried it. I tried it. And you guys, I want to tell you, I wasn't awesome to begin with because I was scared. My first party was $7. 7. Let's be clear. That was bad in 1997 as well. All right. It took me 10 parties to sell $100. 10 parties. And it's not because Mary Kay didn't train me. It's not because we don't have great product. It's because I just didn't have confidence yet. But what I did have, you guys, was grit. I had grit. I just didn't want to quit on myself. I told myself, this is not brain surgery. It is makeup, for God's sake. Figure it out. Okay. You went to 4 years of college. You can figure this out. And you guys, I just kept going. Was it easy every day? Absolutely not. Life is not easy, right? People are not easy. Let's be clear. Mary Kay is a people business and people are messy. People are messy, but people are worth it. People are worth it. You see, that was one of my biggest things when I started Mary Kay. Would this be noble? Would this be noble? I was a teacher, a Christian day school teacher who taught little children about Jesus every day. What could be noble about selling lipsticks? And so I asked my dad what he thought. And he asked me the question. He said, "Heidi, can you sell lipsticks to the glory of God?" I don't know, can I? But I tried. And you guys, what's interesting is that God has used this opportunity, as Cheryl said, to help women grow spiritually, emotionally, and financially because it's about relationships. And we get to build relationships in Mary Kay, whether it was across the kitchen table as of last year, or whether it's through technology. Women are still craving connection, and that's what we get to bring. And when a woman feels beautiful on the outside, she feels more beautiful on the inside and is able to be a better version of herself, I believe, in every aspect of her life. And so, Cheryl, I know that you had some questions or some thoughts that you wanted to talk about. Is this where you wanted to do that?
Perfect, Heidi. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for reminding us that we all kind of start with zest and blue mascara sometimes. I know some people have been there. We've all been there. You know, when you knee deep in kids and, you know, like you said, pooped and, you know, on and peed on, pooped on, wash, shower. So I've been there. I've been through those days. And so I want to thank you for the reminder that we can be work from home moms while we're raising a family and still make a great living. We always said in my household, I'm so grateful because I always made six figures while I was the room mom. Most room moms
Right?
do not make six figures, but we can do both in Mary Kay. And
Yeah.
so thank you for that reminder. I love that you said this is not brain surgery, it's makeup for Pete's sake. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And it is about the people. You guys, Heidi just reminded us that people are worth it. That's what this is all about. People are worth it. And so I'm going to ask Heidi a few questions. Thank you for that story, Heidi. I loved every minute of hearing it. You know, I love you to pieces anyway. And so, you guys, I want to remind you that if you're a guest, make sure you put your name on into the comments. Make sure we know who invited you. But also, if you think that, hey, for 30 bucks, or especially if they're going to be free, if those e-starts are free, I'm in. I would love to try this. From what I've already heard, we're going to let you guys comment into the comment section, I'm in, and everybody who comments I'm in is going to go into a drawing for a free $30 e-start, which gets you your website, it gets you pro pay, everything you need to work the business virtually. And so if that is you, I want you to start commenting that. You could get a free e-start tonight, and just like Heidi said, save money on your own makeup plus make money in this business. And so if what you've already heard has got you thinking about that, type I'm in. We want to see who is interested and would love to sign up, because we're going to do the drawing, giveaway three $30 e-start. So make sure you do that. Heidi, I am excited to ask you this question. So we were thinking about this today. What dreams really have opened up for you because of your Mary Kay business? What has it opened? What doors has it opened for you? Because you really have maxed out this marketing plan and been incredible in Mary Kay.
Well, it's so fun to think about that. I looked at that question, and you guys, there's absolutely tangibles. But what's so exciting is that when I was 27, I didn't have any dreams. I didn't have any dreams. I didn't know to dream, right? I don't know if any of you felt that way, but it's like you get a job, you take care of your family, you do the next step. I didn't realize that there were dreams, right? And so what happened in Mary Kay, Cheryl, is that I started dreaming. I started dreaming. I was around women who dreamed, and I thought, we can do this. What? There's more. There's more. And so, you guys, the things that have come true in my life are homes. I never dreamed that I'd own homes in multiple different places. Dreamed that I'd be able to pay cash for my children's educations, private school educations from preschool through college. You guys, could you dream about paying cash for college, either for your children or paying off your own student debt? I mean, that's huge. And in fact, not only did I pay cash for my older kids, but God gave us a bonus baby when I was 39 years old. You guys, he's 11. He has $50,000 right now in his college account. You guys, shut up. That's a dream. That's a dream. Talk about compound interest. A couple $100 a month, you guys, can turn into a life for your child where they can graduate debt free, or you can eliminate that debt. I mean, get excited about dreaming. You know, you talked about the travel, Cheryl. Travel. I've been to Mexico, like across the border, not like to a cool place in Mexico. All right. We're talking like across the border from Texas. That's where I'd been before Mary Kay. Now we've traveled to Greece, to Sweden, to Maui, to Argentina, cruises. We've been to Rome. You guys, I took my in-laws to Paris. I took my in-laws to Paris. My husband has two brothers, only three boys. There are three daughter-in-laws, and don't tell anybody, but I'm pretty sure I'm the favorite, right? When you take your in-laws to parents, it puts you up there on the top of the list, all right? That's a dream. That's not even my dream. That's somebody else's dream that I got to make come true, right? Weddings for my daughter and for my son, and you guys, the ability to say yes. I just thought about that today. I get to say yes to things, right? Yes. How many of you would love to say yes instead of no all the time? It's exciting that we have the choices to say yes. And that's an intangible. I've gained wisdom, Cheryl. Wisdom because we hang around wise people. I'm just so much smarter than I was. And you guys, confidence. Confident moms raise confident children. And I'll tell you what, I would give back all the cars. I would give back all the money if I could keep the person that I've become. Yeah. The person that I am now was not the person who joined Mary Kay. And my children are so confident My 18-year-old daughter, she's at college right now. And she called me yesterday because she has a roommate. And you guys, if you've been in college lately, there's a whole lot of drama, right? A roommate who's trying to hurt herself. And my daughter calls me up and asks me for advice. And we talk through what she can do to help her. And then she asked me if I can pray with her on the phone. I never would have done that as an 18-year-old. I would never even have called my mom about that situation. You guys, that's the kind of kids we get to raise because of the environment that they're in. Those are dreams I never even had. And what is caught is much more than what's taught. My daughter, who's 18, she's not like me at all. She's an introvert. We have very different personalities. Cheryl, what Mary Kay taught me was how to love and communicate with someone who's not like me. I think that's tough as parents. We don't just learn in Mary Kay how to put on makeup. We just don't learn about the product. We learn communication skills. We learn so much more that will help you guys more than just in a business to make money. It will literally change generations. I believe it with all my heart. And that's what this world needs now. It needs young people who are willing to stand up for what they believe in, who are willing to stand up for their friends, who are willing to go to bat for people. That's what I can't believe I'm being such a crybaby. It is late my time. I'm not well after 9 o'clock at night. This is not my best time of the day. So please forgive me as I'm just sitting here crying. And, just those things, right? The tangibles and the intangibles. Nothing I ever would have known when I bought that $100 starter kit. But God knew. God knew how this business would change my life and change my family's life.
Amen, my friend. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that story. And thank you for talking about the journey of who we become. You guys, intentional growth doesn't just happen because you get older. We don't get smarter
Right.
because we get older.
So
That's
true.
not how it works. Sometimes you go backwards as you get older. It takes intentional growth, and that's so much of what she's talking about that we have in Mary Kay. And Heidi, you also have a daughter who's a director, right? In your business. And so what an incredible legacy to pass that on. So thank you for sharing about the intangibles, because yes, we're grateful for all the tangibles, but you guys, the intangibles, just like that's why she's emotional, because the intangibles you would never give up in a million years. So
Right.
thank God for the intangibles of this business. So love it. I love it. I love it. So Heidi, what do you think is the biggest obstacle that you've had to overcome in building your business while you're building your business?
You guys, to be honest with you, I've been very blessed. I haven't had, health issues like other people have had to overcome. We haven't had big financial issues. I haven't had, horrible problems in my marriage or with my children. So I think the biggest obstacle, Cheryl, has been me. The biggest obstacle has been me. It's been having my heart hurt and people not follow their dreams, and I get sad for them. And so that's where I said before, I said, you know what, you guys, yeah, people might hurt you. People will say no. And I think that has been the hardest thing for me and Mary Kay. But what I've learned is that, wow, the people who say yes, it's so worth it. It's so worth it, right? Like you said, my daughter Karis is 25 years old, Cheryl. She's never worked for someone else ever in her whole life. She signed her Mary Kay agreement like you when she was 18 years old. She's got two beautiful children, and she's a work from home mom who drives a free car. But Cheryl, it's not just the choices that she has, it's the person that she is, right? And if I would have given up when people told me no, if I would have given up when people quit on me, one day, Cheryl, I wanted to quit. It was late in my career. My son was 16. He was 2 when I started. I said, I'm done. I'm quitting Mary Kay. And this 16-year-old said, well, that would be the stupidest thing you ever did, Mom. Right? From the mouth of a smart aleck teenage boy comes the truth. He knew what Mary Kay had done for our lives. So Cheryl, my biggest obstacle was my broken heart. That was my biggest obstacle, to be honest. And I just had to learn to be tougher and to know that God had a plan and there were more people waiting. If the longer I stayed in my hurt, the more people didn't get the help.
Amen to that, my friend. That is so true. And I love that you shared that, Heidi, that, sometimes we are our biggest obstacle. I really do feel like that happens so often because of the fear or the doubt or the limiting beliefs that we all have in our own mind. And so I love that you worked yourself through that. And now you're at the pinnacle.
It's a daily battle. Let's be clear. It's a daily battle.
Oh, for sure. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. But we get better, and you learn how to overcome it better. So thank God for that. And I thank God for our training. and the sisters in Mary Kay that are positive and energetic, and sisters that are going somewhere in their life and they want to take you with them, not pulling you down. And that is super, super important. So you guys, we have one more question I'm going to ask Heidi. It's a pretty good one, but I want to remind you that if you are thinking, hey, I think I would like to do this, at least for some extra money or to save money on my own products, or to become what I know I'm meant to become, whatever your reason, I want you to make sure, guess that you're typing I'm in the comments. It's just a $30 e-start that you're going to get for free. Somebody's going to get for free. We're going to do a couple of drawings tonight. So make sure you type that in the comments. If you are interested in doing this with us, type I'm in, because you can get it for free tonight. So Heidi, I have one last question. It's pretty cool. So why do you think starting Mary Kay right now, like what do you see as the biggest benefit of starting a Mary Kay business right now?
You know what? When you asked me that question, I just went to, why not now? Why not now? And I can tell you all the reasons, and I will, why to start now. But you guys, here's a quote for you. Nothing will ever be easier to do than it is to do today. Nothing will ever be easier to do than it is to do today. Think about that. Losing weight will not be easier tomorrow. Eating healthier will not be easier tomorrow. Reading more will not be easier tomorrow. Today is the easiest it will ever be. And that's the same with Mary Kay. You guys, we were a little bit worried and concerned when the whole world went dark, right? And we couldn't do our businesses the way we've done them, face to face. But God has absolutely blessed us. And now our reach is even further than it was, right? We only thought we could see people who were in our local vicinity, or we'd have to drive or get on a plane. And now we have access to people all over the country, you guys. And we've learned to work faster. We've learned to work better. We've made more money in less time working virtually. And now we have the way to start a business with $30 instead of $100, which is the way it has been for at least 24 years. So you guys, you know what? There are so many tangible reasons, but the biggest reason is, why not now? Nothing will ever be easier tomorrow than it is today.
Amen, my friend. Amen. And, Forbes says that a second stream of income is the new security. And I really do believe, like, why not? I know Forbes talks a lot about that, like another stream of income truly is security. And so I just really think, why not, have this as a side hustle or your entire career. Absolutely. As we have done for years. I know I've been full-time in Mary Kay for 24 years. Ever since I was 20 years old, this is all I've done. And everybody would say, no, but I mean, what is your real job? I'm like, oh no, that really, this is my real job. What do you not get about that? And so I think you're right, Heidi. There is never a better time, you guys, especially in the virtual world for women who are busy or raising families. God, it's easier than ever right now because you can stay so connected. There are 73 of us that are connecting our hearts and our souls through Heidi's amazing story. Thank you, Heidi, tonight. And so such an easy way to stay connected with less time. So I am excited about that. So Heidi, thank you for your heart tonight. Thank you for your story. Thank you for being real with us and really letting us see what this journey has been like for you. I know you touched a lot of hearts and a lot of people. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. I've always loved to hear you speak. Heidi does a brilliant class on limiting beliefs, which I totally love. Why Mary Kay just really does stretch us, you guys, to become our best. It's not just about selling lipstick and mascara, which we do and have fun with, but it really is about your journey and you becoming the best of you and learning to think differently and to build wealth and to look at life differently. That's what our journey is about. So Heidi, you did a great job of sharing that. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Guests, don't forget to type I'm in. If you want to get in our drawing for a free e-start, you want to start for free, this business for free. Oh my gosh. Like Heidi and I said, we paid $100 back in the 90s. And so you can literally start for free if you win our drawing or $30 if not. And so I'm going to turn it over to Nicole. She's going to do some drawings, or I'm going to call out the names. Nicole, if you have them ready, we're going to do our mascara drawings. I think we're going to do 3 winners tonight. So let's see who our mascara drawings are. And then we will show you 3 mascara winners. I am so excited. Okay, Jillian Hammett. Woohoo! Way to go, Jillian. You won 1 mascara. Candace, Candace Ciccone, is that right? Maybe for that last name. And then Christina Nielsen. Those are our 3 mascara winners. I'm super excited. So I'm so glad you guys will get that mascara in the mail. If you're consultant 1, your guest 1, consultants, make sure you send us her address. We will get that to her. Very exciting. And then Kendra is going to show us real quick your e-start options or your starter kit options. On the screen shares, you can see, you guys, what is the $30 start about? What is the $130 start about? How can you start a Mary Kay business? And then don't forget to put I'm in if you want to start. We're going to do our drawing really quickly for the winners of our e-start. So
all righty, ladies. Yes. So here is your visual again. So if your wheels are turning, it's totally worth it to give it a whirl. And we promise to teach and train you and help you figure out what you want to get out of your business. There is no pressure. And if you want to remain a customer, we are happy for you to be a customer and we promise to treat you like gold. So the e-start that we've talked a ton about, we are giving one of those away this evening. This is going to be your website and credit card processing. So basically that is your virtual business. If you want product, you can absolutely do a starter kit alongside the e-start and you get about $400 worth of product with that. So it's a great deal. We are still holding a handful of in-person appointments, a lot of places. And so it's great to be able to have some products to show. And then there's also going to be, you're going to have an option to add on a sample pack. So we're doing tons of sampling and sending those out to people and then hopping on screen with them and doing that as well. I just did that about 2 hours ago. Right before this, I had an online party with girls trying samples and it's been so fun. So those are your options. Nicole, I'm going to have you go ahead and tell us who our e-start winner is. And if you can unmute, if you are our winner, that would be great. E-start winner is Victoria Rivers. Victoria, are you able to unmute?